Day 15. Eventually it took a few days to get this one done. The weather hasn't been good. Bad day, it's been busy. 15 with a little bit of 14 involved. Because 14 was from Chalicum across to where I camped on the night of 14 before I set off on what I'm talking about now, which almost is 15. But Warren Farm was on the way, which was got all the books. This farm in the middle of nowhere. Big working farm, excellent place. Builders there doing stuff, boiling hot. Walked down a nasty brackety bunch hill to get there, down over the river, up the other side. Thought I'll go and get some water. Left my water bottle, went in the yard with a water bottle, knocked the farm gate on the door, no answer. But as I said, there was some builders there, so the builders went and knocked the door for us and they got the guy out. They weren't the happiest old chaps. It couldn't be that bad, I thought, you know, but never mind. He got us some water. And then I walked a bit up the hill and realised I'd put the bottle down and I turned around and walked back for it. And there you go. So anyway, that was Warren Farm. The other thing happened that day was the couple who I met slightly earlier that day. We're still on 14, not 15 yet, because I couldn't get in last time. And I was using a path called the Macmillan Way West, and I just had something to eat. Set off again. I met this guy, probably older than me, but I can never tell. He had all the gear though. I mean, it was well done, map in his proper plastic thing, which I still never have got a plastic hold to this day. I didn't use many maps, but I did have a map then. I had to for Exmoor. So I'm on Macmillan Way West. Met the guy. He says, "Where you going?" I said, as I usually say, I said, "I'm going to oGroats." "Oh my God," he says. He says, I'm using. He says, "How are you getting there?" I said, "Well, at the minute I'm using Macmillan Way West." He says, "Well, you need to be going east." I said, "Well, I am going east." He said, "No, you're not. If you're in the Macmillan Way West, you're going the wrong way." And his wife stood there, and I'm looking at him. I'm saying, "Hang on, man. I am going east. It's called the Macmillan Way West." Still wouldn't have it. What a nightmare. I'll get him sorted eventually. That day I was heading for Dunkery Hill. Dunkery Beacon actually, on Dunkery Hill. This was in day 15. Already 7:30 in the morning, I was up there early and away. There's a guy there, and it was misty. And I thought, we're not going to get a good view, because Dunkery Hill, highest point obviously in Exmoor, and also, apart from some parts of Dartmoor, one of the highest points in the whole of the south of England. It's a sandstone hill. It's got a lot of burial grounds around it. It's 1,703 feet high, and like I say, there's a lot of burial mounds around it. A couple of Iron Age forts you could see. Don't really come up in my video because I couldn't use a video again that day. I was still concentrating on walking more than videos. But I did see the Iron Age remains of some of the Iron Age forts, and they're called bowl barrow. Well, like a bowl and cairns, bowl barrows. They're upside down mound almost, and you could tell that's where people obviously were all buried underneath. It was a bit creepy really, and I'd been camping right beside one. I was heading for the Brendon Hills next. Where I'd been beside was, where was it again? Alderman's Barrow. Yeah, I didn't realise the time just as well, because I'd had plenty of spooky places already really, but there you go. Well, after cutting past Warren Farm and everything, and the next day going past the Dunkery Beacon, down the hill, into the Brendon Hills, which was a beautiful area, even for the village of Luxborough, where I saw a squashed slow them on the road beside a nice little well in the side of the road, which I filled my water bottle up. And then I think it was if I change this if I'm wrong, the Royal George pub I came to. Boiling hot still, remember, still thirsty, stopped for a while. Got talking to a lad in the pub. It was only him and me and the landlady. Sat outside with him. He asked us to join him, so I did and talked to him. And the guy he worked with, because he was a gamekeeper, become slightly entrepreneurial, this lad. But his friend had been to Whitfield. Now this is the second person I'd met now who'd been involved with Allenheads Fell or Whitfield Fell. And he knew my cousin. His friend knew my cousin Stuart, who worked with him. I still to find his name. But we had a bit natty, but he insisted on buying us a pint. And then I said, well, I'm going to have to head for Roadwater, which was another 5 mile, I think. And it was road walking too. Pretty heavy going. Roadwater is a nice little village in Brendon Hills, and the pub there is called the Valiant Soldier. As I got to the Valiant Soldier, it was starting to rain, and I went and stood at the door. I thought, is this place open? It opened not long after I got there. I went inside, and thanks to my friend's book, who had also been to the Valiant Soldier, who had also asked him if he could stay in the grounds, or they'd offered him, I thought I'd give it a try. I says to the barman, any chance I can put my tent outside anywhere near here? Do you know anywhere around here? In tent. He said, I'll get Sarah, Sarah was the landlady. Sarah came out. So we don't normally do this, but if you want, you can put it outside in the grounds, but hide it behind the children's players. We don't want people to publicise that we'll let tent stay here. No bother, I said, that'll do me. Brilliant, thank you very much. So, just like my pal, I took to stay there, and I came in that night, had something nice to eat that night, a couple more beers, went to bed happy and cheerful after a long hard walk, but I had a harder one coming the next day. Say that the people at the Roy George, the last of the Roy George, who we will go back and play for, and Sarah and all the crew at the Valiant Soldier were absolutely brilliant to me that day. Both of them, absolutely brilliant.
I know, he's still saying it was the Royal Oak.